I can't even describe how I feel. It's a silent anger which is just manifesting and ruminating in my mind the whole time. It doesn't go away. I have rage inside of me.
Joining the RAF Regiment was a new beginning for Jim Newman, but what he experienced has left him with chronic PTSD. Just a year after signing up, he found himself at the site of the Lockerbie air disaster.
You got to this outer cordon that you then realised the magnitude of it, this inferno. It was like hell, knowing that so many people had died, and it just wasn't something I was prepared to really come to terms with. It's not something I talk about. It has such a profound effect on me.
Soldiers were joined in the rescue by Saudi volunteers.
But then came the first Gulf War.
More than 120 casualties made this the most serious Allied loss of the war.
Jim and 3 other soldiers were first on the scene as an Iraqi Scud missile hit an American military warehouse in Dhahran.
People screaming, people lying on the ground dead. It was just carnage. You can't explain how it was.
Enemy action had killed more Allied servicemen here than in 2 days of ground fighting.
I had profound reaction to some things that had happened in there, made a massive impact on me for the rest of my life.
Jim says he was overwhelmed by his experience and he had no help to deal with it. He felt he couldn't speak openly about his feelings.
You won't show you're weak, because then that's a sign of weakness. You've just got to put another little box, put it away.
Jim's now working as a postman in Stroud, and despite appearances, he struggles every day.
Somebody will say, "Hi Jim, morning, how are you?" And I'll put the smile on and I'll go, "Yeah, everything's fine." It's never fine. Sometimes the mask will come off. I'm sorry for the people who saw that, especially here at home, because that's the part I don't like. It's like a black hole. It will not subside, and it actually gets stronger as you get older, and it's just unrelenting. And that's why some people, and even me, have found it really difficult, and some people, friends of mine, have taken their lives.
Jim's been supported by the charity Combat Stress, who help veterans with mental health. When that came to an end, he turned to the NHS, but was told they couldn't help with his level of trauma.
You're suffering from chronic PTSD. And I says, I'm domestic mental health. It's something that we just don't come across, because per capita in each town, there's not that many veterans. Local mental health nationally is not equipped at all for veterans with the kind of chronic PTSD that I suffer from. We all gave the best years of our life, and you honestly do feel like you've just been dropped.
Right then.
Music has been Jim's saviour. He spends hours creating DJ mixes in his garage, which he shares with other veterans.
It's such a passion now, a coping strategy for me to get through those darker moments. I can listen to this music and stuff that I like, I've made myself. And I know that if I'm going to listen to this, I'm going to like it, instead of trying to skip through it like it would be with somebody else's mixes or downloads. But it's there for everyone else to listen to as well.
The local Gloucestershire Health and Care NHS Trust said it can't discuss Jim's individual case, but it does its best to support everyone, including discussing specialist help if necessary. It also said it welcomed the new national service called Op Courage, which supports the mental health of veterans and their families. The Ministry of Defence told me it was committed to supporting veterans in civilian life, including access to health services. Meanwhile, Jim says he'll continue to fight for veterans like him, and despite the trauma, he has no regrets.
I'll do it all again. I'm immensely proud of what I did. I'm very, very fortunate to have met some amazing men and women within the forces who I now call friends, and also brothers and sisters. I wouldn't change for anything.
Chris Baxter, BBC Points West, Stroud.
still kind of ongoing